Hi, my name is Meg and welcome to my plush factory. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button to join the family. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome back. I'm so happy that you're here. Today we're doing something really fun. I'm so excited for this video. We are
Ranking Crochet Plushie Trends.
By the way, I'm sorry if there's an echo in here. I am currently moving, so there's not much to make it not echo. So if the sound quality is a little bit funky, that is why, and I am sorry. So I put together a list of 20 crochet plushie trends that I've been seeing floating around, whether it's newer in 2025 or it's been around for a couple of years, and I'm gonna be ranking them and talking about whether I think it's cute or not so cute, and my opinions if I've tried it, if I plan to try it in the future, and we're gonna see if you guys agree. So leave me a comment below and let me know if you agree with all of my opinions. Maybe there's something you think is cute that I thought was not so cute. I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, so I'm trying something new today. Let's hope that technology doesn't fail us. I have my laptop here. I'm gonna pop the tier list up right here. So hopefully you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. Like I said, I have 20 trends here. Let's just get into it. Let's talk about the categories first. So we have 5 categories here. The first category is I'd die for this plushie. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I would die for this plushie. It's the cutest thing ever. I love this trend so much. I've done it. I'll probably continue to do it. I think it's so cute when other people do it. Love. And then category number 2 is love. So this is reserved for very, very cute. I've probably done it. I love it, but it's not like my top favorite of all time. Category number 3 is I'd try it. So some of these are ones that I haven't tried yet, but I plan on trying in the future. Some of these are ones that I've seen that I have no particular plans to try right now, but I think they're still really cute and I like seeing when other people do them. This is like my middle of the road sort of tier. Next category is not for me. So that is gonna be the stuff that I probably won't try. It's not necessarily my cup of tea and probably not something that's going to be going in my inventory anytime soon. And then the last category is absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think that this is not cute. I will probably never try it, and that's all we're gonna say about that. Not many things are probably gonna go in that category because crochet plushies are for the most part very cute, but there are some interesting things out there. All right, let's get started. Okay, I'm so excited. Sorry, there's an ad at the bottom of the screen. You guys are just gonna have to bear with me. So our first category is Jellycat inspired plushies. So these are like the amusables with the little feet, and I think it's so cute. Giving away my answer, I think it's so cute. People have been crocheting them and adding on the little feet. My sister actually had me make one of these for her friend for Christmas. I made a little cloud plushie and I put little feet on it. But Jellycat inspired plushies, I think is gonna go in the love category. Yeah, we're gonna put that in the love category because I think that's really cute. And I would definitely make another one. I've only made that one so far, but I really am loving this coffee cup here. So maybe I'll make something like that in the future. I think they're really cute. The next category is plushies with butts. So this has been everywhere. I feel like I've seen this all over the place lately. People just adding butts to all of their plushies. I think it started mostly with the cheeky turtle pattern, which is what I have here. And I made one of those and I loved it. I just sold it at my last market actually. But now everyone has been putting butts on other plushies. Very funny. It's very fun. I think I'm gonna put this in the I'd try category because I do think it's very fun and cute, but I struggled with the butt because I was a little nervous about people's reactions when they come into my booth. Like if they have kids, I don't know if some people might be into that or not. So I personally am probably not going to be making a ton of plushies with butts, but I do think they're really fun. I personally think they're really funny. So that's why it's going in the I'd try category, even though I have tried it. All right, next up we have plushies in car swings. So the little car swings that dangle from your rearview mirror. I personally have not made one of these before, but I think they're so fun. I've been seeing them a lot lately, and I think it's a really cool practical product to sell. So I always am looking for like things like keychains that people can actually do something with. So this is a perfect example of that. They're definitely gonna go in the I'd try category because I think they're fun. When I have some time, I definitely plan on trying this plushie out. Okay, next up we have fluffy or fuzzy yarn. So this has been huge. I feel like especially in the last like 6 months or so, people have been in love with the fuzzy yarn. There's like Little Bunny from Premiere, and then I know there's the Michaels Feels Like Bliss yarn. I have yet to get my hands on some Feels Like Bliss yarn, but I want to find it so bad and try it. I did try to crochet with fluffy yarn over Christmas time. I was going to make my mom an abominable snowman. If you're seeing this, Mom, no, you're not. I'm probably gonna make it for you still at some point. But I was gonna make her an abominable snowman, and I bought some like faux fur yarn to make it with, and I couldn't do it. I got like 3 rows in and I was like, this is gonna be a project for a time when I'm not so stressed and on a time crunch, because it was very difficult. And also the pattern that I chose was kind of a more difficult pattern. It was worked up a little bit differently than I typically see. Like, it wasn't in the round, and I just didn't have the patience to work with the fluffy yarn and work with the crazy new pattern. So the pattern was great, it's just, it was a user error on my part. So I personally have never completed a plushie with fuzzy yarn before. I think they look so cute though. I've been seeing like Crochet by Jenna has been really into her fluffy yarn phase, and everything that she makes is so cute. And I've seen this ferret pattern, I'll put up a picture right here, by the Crochet Cloud, or Crochet Cloud I think it is. That went super viral, and everyone's been making those with fluffy yarn, and they're so cute. So at some point I definitely want to make those. But I'm gonna put fluffy yarn in I'd try, because like I said, I haven't ever completed a plushie with it. I think it's super cute, but based on the fact that it's very difficult to work with, that's probably not gonna be like one of my main materials to use for plushies. Okay, next up we have fidget plushies. So these have been popular for a long time. The mushy pops are how I became familiar with the fidget plushie trend, the cable and canvas mushy pops. I make those for all of my markets. Those are one of my booth staples. I love the mushy pops. But recently there have been a lot more fidget plushies coming out, and I think that's super cool. Joella Crafts comes to mind. She came up with the stress blobs. I've been meaning to make the stress blobs for so long. I literally have the stress balls. I just haven't gotten around to making them yet, but I think they're so fun. And this is another one that's like a practical thing that people can actually use. The one that I've been seeing the most frequently is the All From Jade Fidget Caterpillar, and I think that's super cute, and I also want to try that. So that's the picture that I have up for this category, and I'm gonna put fidget plushies in love, because I think that they're a staple. I think, again, it's really great to have that practical use of a plushie, and they're super cute, and there's a lot of things you can do with them. The next category is plushies dressed up in costumes or dressed up as other animals. Okay, I think maybe my smile is giving this one away. This is gonna go in the I'd die for this plushie category, because anything that is dressed up, any plushie that is dressed up as another animal, I just die for it. These are the Crochet Calls bunnies in the frog costume and the bear costume. I just think it's so funny and cute when you dress up a plushie as another animal. The ducks with frog hats are another staple in my booth. Those are super cute, and I love those so much because they're not just a duck, they have a little added accessory, and it's like a little frog hat. It's like a 2-in-1 deal. How could you pass it up? I'm a sucker for patterns where it's a plushie dressed up as another animal. So anytime I see one of those, I'm like, save, purchase. That's a no-brainer. I'd die for this plushie. Our next category is jumbo plushies. So I'm talking about the plushies made with like size 7 yarn and a 9mm hook. Anything that is sized up. My dragon is the biggest plushie I've ever made, and that's what I did with him. I did size 7 yarn, the Parfait Chunky XL, and a 9mm hook, and I used a regular size dragon pattern, and it just comes out super big. I got that idea from Crochet by Jenna. She did that in one of her videos, and I was like, I need to do that immediately. So the pattern that I use is by Magic Filament, and it comes out this super giant dragon plushie, and it's just to die for. They're a labor of love, these giant plushies, because they tend to take a while. I've also made a jumbo cow. So the jumbo plushies, we're gonna put the jumbo plushies in love. I'm never gonna say no to a jumbo plushie. The only reason that they're not going in I'd die for this plushie is because my market prep brain is going, and typically the bigger the plushie, the more expensive it has to be, the longer it took. So I'm not putting them in I'd die for this plushie because they don't sell super well, but they're very cute and fun. Okay, next up we've got embroidered eyes. Embroidered eyes, if you don't know, are baby safe. So safety eyes, the plastic ones with the little plastic backings on them, are not safe for children 3 and under. Safety eyes are a choking hazard because the babies can pull them out and then choke on them. So embroidered eyes are a really great option for snugglers and lovies, and then any plushie that you want to be baby safe. So this one's not necessarily a trend. I know this one's been around for a while, but I feel like the snugglers and the lovies are kind of having a moment right now. And so I put the embroidered eyes on there because I've been seeing a lot of people doing that on even just their regular plushies, and it gives them a lot of character, and it's just a little different than, you know, like the plain black eye, the plain black safety eye, which I personally love a plain black safety eye. I'm a safety eye stan. I love them. But every once in a while, it's nice to switch it up with embroidered eyes. I'm gonna put these under I'd try. I have tried the embroidered eyes before, so it's not truly an I'd try, but I like them for baby safe items. I like them for snugglers, but I am a sucker for the regular safety eyes. So that's why they're not going any higher up, but I do think that they're really cool. The other reason that they're not higher up on this list is because it's kind of challenging to embroider eyes, and I'm not that good at it. So I'm not putting them higher up because I don't do it that often because I'm not that good at it. Maybe practice makes perfect and I need to do a little more of it and then they'd be higher up because I'd be better at it, but I don't like things that I'm not good at, okay? So they're going in the I'd try category and not in the love category. Next on this list, we have mama plushies. So if you don't know what I mean by this, they're like an adult size plushie and then they have a smaller baby size of that plushie inside of them. So it's a little mini plushie and then it comes out of the bigger plushie. So it's like the baby of the bigger plushie. I'm gonna put these in the not for me category because I think it's a cute idea. It just like kind of creeps me out a little bit. I don't know, something about it being like birthed. I don't love. I have made this before. I've made a little chicken that has an egg that comes out of it, but I liked that one a little bit better because it was like the chicken lays the egg and then I put the little like egg popper by Cable and Canvas in there. So it was kind of fun. It was like a plushie inside a plushie with another surprise. It was like layers and layers of surprises. But for the most part, I probably am not gonna be making any mom plushies anytime soon. They're not necessarily for me. Okay, the next on this list is mini plushies. Okay, so when I'm talking mini plushies, I'm specifically speaking mostly about like the skinny chenille or even like the baby bear from Big Twist, any of the smaller yarns that make the tiny, tiny little plushies. Specifically, I'm thinking of Loops and Knots Crochet. I'm pretty sure she makes all kinds of tiny, tiny plushies with the skinny chenille. Her work is so beautiful, by the way. Go check out Loops and Knots Crochet if you haven't heard of her. She's incredible, which I'm sure you have heard of her, but if you haven't, go check her out. She makes all of these mini plushies and they come out super, super cute. I'm gonna put mini plushies. Oh, and this is the Crochet by Jenna book, by the way. It has mini amigurumi in the title, so that's why I'm using that as the picture for this one. But I think I'm gonna put mini plushies in the I'd try category because the thing with mini, anything that takes the same amount of time but is smaller, you're not gonna be able to sell for as much at markets, so that's why it's not going any higher up for me. I do think that they come out super cute, but that's the only reason. I'm always thinking like market minded when I'm thinking about plushies, so that's why they're going in I'd try. I think they're cute, but the size for the amount of time that they take, it's like, you know, it's a give and take, pros and cons. You get a cute plushie, but it takes you a little bit longer. It might be just something that's more for personal, like if you're making it for yourself or making it for a friend versus profitable to sell at markets. And that's okay sometimes too. Sometimes our art doesn't always have to make a ton of money. Okay, realistic baby crochet. Absolutely not. Moving on. Next up, we have fruit-themed plushies. Fruit-themed plushies they were super trendy like a couple years ago. I feel like everything was a strawberry or a blueberry or a banana or a grape, and they're still popular now, and I think for good reason. The strawberry-themed plushies are just a staple. They're so cute. I'm gonna put this in, do I wanna put this in? I think I'm gonna put this in I'd die for this plushie, to be honest. Anything fruit themed, I love. When you add a little element to a plushie, it's just the best. Like, it's no longer just a whale, but it's a strawberry whale. How can you say no to that? How can you say no to a turtle that is strawberry themed? So I'm putting that in I'd die for this plushie. I love the fruit theme. trend. I hope that it never goes away. I know it's like been around for a while and I hope that it stays that way because I just think it's really cute. Okay, next up we have sinker eyes. So glittery sinker eyes, hand painted sinker eyes. If you're not aware, a lot of people hand paint their own safety eyes. So they buy the safety eyes plain with the clear plastic and then they hand paint them. A lot of really, really beautiful work is done with those. A lot of people have their own color lines. I'll link below the creators that I'm posting pictures of here so that you can go check them out if you're interested. But sinker eyes they're a little different than safety eyes because they go further into the plushie, as the name suggests. They kind of sink into the plushie, so they tend to give a little bit more character and a little bit more pop of color than just the plain black safety eye. So they're really cool. I think I'm gonna put these in I'd try just because I actually haven't used a ton of sinker eyes, only a couple times, but I definitely have these on my list of things to try. And I actually just ordered a bunch of sinker eyes, so hopefully in the near future I'll be giving those a go some more. I just can't put them up any higher because I haven't really done enough of it to give my full opinion. Sinker eyes, I would try it. Okay, next we have weighted plushies. So this has been a trend for a little bit now. I feel like everyone's been putting the pellets, like the weighted pellets, into stockings, and then you put it in the plushie and it makes like a weighted plushie. I think these are awesome. I'm putting this in I'd try because again, it's not something I've done myself, so I'm not gonna put it any higher up, but maybe we'll have to revisit this video once I've tried all of these trends. But yeah, I'm putting that in I'd try. I think that it's a great idea. Again, it's like a practical use. Weighted blankets, weighted plushies, like it's really great for anxiety and I feel like they'd be super comforting. And this is the trend that everyone's been combining with the fluffy yarn trend and making that crochet cloud ferret, and they've been making it weighted so it's like little belly swings around, and I think that's really fun and it adds another layer, another element to the cuteness of the plushie. So I would definitely try it, and I definitely will try it. Okay, next up we have no-sew plushies. If you don't know, a lot of the pieces of amigurumi are sewn on usually. So you've got a head that's separate from the body, and then at the end when you're done making all the pieces, you sew it all together and then it becomes the full plushie. But it has been a really popular thing to create no-sew patterns so that all of the plushie pieces are all worked in as one, and then you don't have to do any sewing at the end. I love no-sew patterns. I'm putting this under love. So the reason that it's not going any higher than this is because every once in a while, it's, in my opinion, better to sew pieces on, because if you want the placement to be perfect, it's best to sew, because a lot of times with the no-sew patterns, you have to line up the arms and the legs and everything and make sure that it's all sitting where it needs to sit before you crochet it in. And then it's almost like if it's not lined up, you have to frog and you have to like keep going back and redoing it to make sure that it's lined up in the right spot. And if you haven't stuffed your plushie all the way before you crochet the arms and the legs in, that can change like where you want your placement to be. So the reason that it's not going higher up is because sometimes sewing is just better in order to like make that detail the way that you want it, like exactly right. But for the most part, I am a sewing hater. So no sew, love. Anytime that I can save myself some time of like fussing with making sure everything's perfect, love that. Okay, next category we have is gonna be punny crochet plushies, or anything that has wordplay in the name. For example, this hot dog pup by LA Crochet is to die for. There's also the seal reel bowl. I feel like that was really popular like a year and a half ago. I made that and I get a ton of comments on it at all of my markets because it's just like a funny thing. It's a seal in a bowl of Fruit Loops. Punny crochet. I have to put this and I'd die for this plushie. I love wordplay. I love a good dad joke just separate from crochet plushies. So when you put any kind of pun or wordplay in the name of a plushie, it's just funny. It's fun. I love it. Next category we have is snugglers or lovies. So these, I feel like they've been around for a long time. So maybe they're not necessarily a trend, but I have been seeing a lot more of them recently. So I think it's okay that they're a category in this video. Snugglers and lovies, if you don't know, most of the time they'll just have like one part of it will be stuffed, the head will be stuffed, and then the rest of the body is just not stuffed and flat. And they're catered more towards young kids or babies, and they're just really cuddly and cute. And usually people make like really cute sweet animals, and usually people put the embroidered eyes on the snugglers and lovies since they are made for babies and young children. So I'm going to put snugglers and lovies in love, honestly. I made my first snuggler this year, like last month or 2 months ago or so. I made the Crochet by Jenna Bunny snugglers pattern, and honestly, it's so nice to be able to just crochet and not have to stuff the plushie as you're going. They come out really cute, they're really nice and quick to make, and they're usually really soft because you make them with blanket yarn, and I love that they're baby safe, so it's a really nice option to have on your booth for parents that come through or anyone that's looking to buy a gift for like a baby shower or a newborn gift. Yeah, so I love the snugglers. I think I'm gonna be getting on the snugglers train some more. I definitely would like to make more of them. I've only made that one bunny pattern right now, but I've got a couple in my head that are on the list to make. Okay, next up we have the emotional support plushie trend. So I feel like the most popular one is the pickle. It's like the emotional support pickle, and what it is it's the plushie, and then it comes with a little card that says emotional support pickle or whatever the plushie is, and then sometimes they have a little saying on them, and sometimes it's like punny or uses wordplay, and it's meant for people to put like on their desk or to keep near them at work or something like that, or in their apartment where they can see it. And it's just a cute little like gift to give or a cute little thing for someone to have nearby, like a little novelty item. And I think these are really fun. I personally have never made the emotional support cards for any of my pickles, but I know that's a really popular thing. I'm gonna put this in I'd try because I haven't done that part of it myself, but I would definitely try it. I've seen the emotional support dumpster fire, like that's like a really popular one right now for some reason, and those are fun. It's just funny, like it's like a nice little novelty, like funny gift to give to like a coworker. Those would be great for like a white elephant at work, or like a secret Santa at work or something, or yeah, like if someone just got a new job, you can get them that to like put on their desk. It's fun. I like it. I'm putting it under I'd try. Okay, our next category is plushies wearing clothing. So we had our costume plushies, and this category is more so just plain clothing, like a plushie wearing a sweater. I've seen a lot of the onesie patterns, so it's like a monkey in a onesie or a bunny in a onesie. I'm gonna put this in I'd die for this plushie. You guys should know by now from this video that anything that's dressed up in a costume or just any kind of like added element to a plushie, I love that. I love all of the overalls. All of my bunnies have overalls on them. I don't know if you can even see that in the background. That's a bunny wearing overalls. And I have been really meaning to try the onesies and like the monkey in a onesie. That's next on my list. Or I've actually recently seen like raincoats. People have been putting their plushies in raincoats, and I think that is so cute. I definitely want to try that as well. So many things that I need to try, but yes, so that's going in the I'd die for this plushie category. Anything wearing a costume or an outfit, sign me up for that. And last but certainly least, AI crochet plushies. Sometimes I'm just scrolling Facebook and my feed is interrupted with a grandma crocheting birds, and they are clearly AI. It's not real. It's not real, and it's fooling so many people. AI is taking over the world. This is fake. Absolutely not. It's not real. I don't understand it. If you ever are on Etsy and something looks like it could be fake, definitely look into it first before you buy a pattern that is an AI pattern, because people are trying to sell them. It's out there. It's happening. It's not real. You're not gonna get a good product. It's not handmade. Support small businesses, and don't be fooled by these AI patterns and these pictures of AI crochet. I've been seeing it all over the place lately. Absolutely not. That goes in the absolutely not category. I refuse to be fooled by the AI crochet. Don't let them fool you. It's not real. Okay guys, so those were all of the categories. This is my crochet plushie trends tier list. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these opinions in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think and what your ranking is of these crochet plushie trends. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way through, make sure that you give it a like, and if you are not subscribed, make sure that you hit the subscribe button to join the family. We'd love to have you here. I've got lots of fun videos coming up. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a great day. Bye.